Please work. Cool. Is it working? I think it's working now. Yeah, cool, it's working. Oh my gosh. Right, sorry about that, guys. That was a pain. 35 minutes behind the expected start of this. As all I can say is I apologize. I had it all set up last night, and then obviously just before you want to stream, OBS decides, you know what? Screw you. I'm going to mess up completely and not let you record. So this is probably the best that we're going to have at the moment. But, guys, I am delighted to say, finally, Pokemon Sword and Shield are here. We've just been given a couple of series of screens to select our character, sort of the way that we look, and obviously going to put in our name, which is Jack. So can't change languages. It is in English. Don't worry about that. I don't know how the audio is coming through. It's fairly early on a Friday. I imagine a lot of people are still at work. I managed to get the day booked off. Oh, what is this? Okay. Beautiful cities and many Pokemon with which we share our lives. As you know, our society is able to thrive. Whoa, what is that? Thanks to the help from these mysterious creatures that we call Pokemon. I don't know if the sound is coming out of the stream. Yes, Pokemon are all around us in the sea, in the sky, and even with us in our towns. And those of us who choose to raise and train Pokemon to do battle and compete, we call Pokemon trainers. Oh, but I'm getting carried away. Please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Rose, and it's a pleasure to be here. Now turn your gaze to the Galar Region's greatest Pokemon trainer, your undefeated champion. It's time for Champion Leon's exhibition match. Whoa. Alright, I don't think I'm getting any audio out. Uh... Alright.
Sorry about this, guys. I'm gonna skip back to that real quick. See if I can't figure out why
There's no sound coming from the game. Because there should be. And now the game's just gone. Look at that. Brilliant. Brilliant. Now the game audio's just gone. Okay. Alright. So that's why it was. Oh, that was pissing me off. Alright. Sorry about this, guys. This is all a bit shit, really. I'm trying to figure out why. Monitor and output. Maybe, is that okay? Does that seem to be working now? I think that might be working now. Man, this is such a bad way to start a stream. Okay. Hello, Hop. Hello, hello. Oh, that your new flash phone, Jack? Are you watching Lee's exhibition match on it? But you can't cheer him on with your hands full? You know, the only way to properly cheer on Lee would be with his famous Charizard pose. Okay? Hop, didn't expect to see you here today. Dear, isn't this the big day? Yeah, that's exactly why I came running over to get Jack. Never mind watching the match now. I've got it recording at home anyway. I record all my brother's matches. Right, so I think the sound should be working now. Sorry about that, guys. I was just trying to communicate with someone, see if they could hear the sound coming out. Come with me, Jack. He should be here any minute. And he always brings presents when he visits you. So I wouldn't forget that bag if I were you. Now I've got to run. See you at mine later. Alright. Wow, this is the start of our Pokemon adventure. Look at this. There's coming from a sort of 3D graphics. Oh, we've got a Munchlax. Is that just our pet Munchlax that we have? Yeah, hello Munchlax. Cool. Now I know that in the old Pokemon games, you could go up to your room and there would always be something on your PC. We have a Nintendo Switch, the latest video game console, sitting by your telly. It's a plush of the Pokemon Pikachu. It's super soft to the touch. It's a brand new telly. Your mum bought it so that you could use your game console. Oh, isn't that nice? You grabbed your dad's old bag. Whoa, look at that. That's a sturdy looking bag. Open the X menu by pressing the X button. You can save your progress by selecting save. You can also check your location and your next destination by selecting the town map. And you can check this adventure guide anytime you want in the key item section of your bag. Ah, cool. We've got the menu. That's cool. Let's go talk to our mum. Oh, don't you look a treat. I knew that bag would suit you. Now hurry along. Hop is waiting, isn't he? But remember, no going into the forest for the two of you. We mustn't go into the tall grass. That is always the essential guide in Pokemon, is never go into the tall grass. Why did you have to do this? Sorry guys, stupid cable getting stuck. Alright. Wow, but do. Look at this. This looks pretty. Hello, Hop. Have a look at you, Jack. That old bag looks like it could pull you over. At least we know that it should hold anything Lee might bring, even if it's as big as a Snorlax. Ah, what are you doing, you silly sheep? A Wooloo? Well, what's it doing there? I don't know what it's doing. It's trying to open that gate. Hey you, silly Wooloo. I see what you're up to. Don't go using tackle on the fencing. Now you listen. No going past that fence. No. Everyone knows there are scary Pokemon living in the slumbering world. My best impression of a sheep there. Now that's that taken care of. How about it, Jack? Let's race. Bet I can make it to my house first. What with you lugging about that big old bag? Oh, come on, that's not fair. Of course you can make it first when you just start running first and I can't move. Butterfree, look at that. What does this sign say? Welcome to the town of Postwick. A farming town since days of old, where people and their Pokemon live in close harmony. Who's this guy? Power of science is amazing. Yes, it is. Now you can battle and trade Pokemon with other people just by walking around. Isn't that super amazing? Yeah, I guess that is super amazing. What's this little kid doing? Hey, Jack! Hop was looking for you, you know. But no need to go to the next town to find him when he lives right next door, right? Yeah, I knew that. I mean, I just wanted to see what you were doing, kid. I wasn't gonna leave. Does he live in this house? How does he live in this house compared to like the house that we live in? That's ridiculous. Mum, is he here? There you are, last hop. Oh, and you've brought along Jack. Hello, dear. Yeah, but where's Lee? Have you got him crammed in the cupboard? He's still not here yet. For the 100th time, honestly, Hop, you must learn some patience. He's probably only just arrived at the station in Wedgehurst. Then that's where I'm going. You know Lee is hopeless with directions. I'll make sure he doesn't get lost on the way. Oh, will you? Yes, that probably is for the best. You've got to come with, Jack. You've still never met my big bro, right? You can't miss out on your chance to meet the undefeated champion. I'll wait for you out on the route. Cool. I mean, we're not meant to go into the forest. Go on with Hop to pick up Leon, won't you, Jack? I know you're the reliable sort. I'll have everything ready for a barbecue in the garden by the time you're all back. Cool. Barbecue when we get back. Let's go. Alright, where are we going? I guess we have to go back this way. Is he going to be waiting for us here? There he is. Okay. Come on, Hop. Let's go see Leon. Let's get a move on. Yeah, okay. Like, calm down. Only remember, Jack, wild Pokemon can come out of nowhere if you walk through patches of tall grass. I've got my Wooloo with me, so I'm ready for battles against wild Pokemon, of course. But not you, Jack. So we'll steer it clear of the tall grass as we go. Cheers, mate. Oh, Route 1, look at this! Oh yeah. Already love the music. Let's go and meet Lee at the station. It's dead ahead from here, where that crowd is. Come on in, let's go. You just stand there. You just stand there, okay. Ah, he's got Charizard, look at that! He's brought his Charizard with him. Hello, Wedgehurst. Your champion Leon is back. Promise I'll keep doing my best to deliver the greatest battles for you all to watch. As our unbeatable champion, Leon, you and Charizard are the greatest. Oh, thank you for that. Hope you'll all carry on training up your Pokemon and never shy away from battle. Then come challenge me for the championship title. We're on it. We've all been working on our battle skills just like you've taught us to, Lee. But that Charizard of yours is too strong for the likes of us to take on. Too true, that Charizard is blazingly strong. but other Pokemon can be strong as well. That's why I want the strongest of challengers to field a gym challenge and come battle me. My wish is for Galar's trainers to work together to become the strongest in the world. Ah. Lee! Hop! So, my #1 fan in the world has come out of his way to pick me up. Look at you, Hop. I reckon you've grown exactly 1.25 inches since the last time I saw you. Bingo! That's the sort of sharp eye that kept you undefeated so long, eh, Lee? And these bright eyes over here? I got it. You must be Jack, am I right? I've heard loads about you from my little brother. I'm the Galar Region's greatest ever Pokemon champion, and a massive Charizard fan too. People call me the unbeatable Leon. Come on, Lee. And you, Jack. Bet I can beat you at both. Bet I can beat the both of you back home. That Hop always wanted to be the best, isn't he? With a proper rival of his own, I bet he'd push himself to become something truly special. Well, everyone, I bid you farewell for today. But don't you fret. I'll always be around to make sure everyone in Galar can have a champion time.
Oh man, I mean, this guy really seems like a bit of a knobhead, if I'm going to be honest.
Come on, Lee. You promised us a present, so out with it. You bought Jack and me Pokemon. You did, didn't you? I know you must have. Right then, the greatest gift from the greatest champion. It's showtime, everyone. Take a good look, you two. Oh yeah, here we go. Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. That's what I've been waiting for. Look at this. Oh man. Ah, they all look so adorable. Oh no, now look what you did. You made poor old Sobble cry. Alright, line up everyone. Which will you choose? Ah, I don't know. Well, I do know who I'm going to choose. And if you guys saw on the thumbnail of this live stream, you'll probably get a pretty good guess at who I'm going to choose. Go on, you pick first. I've already got my Wooloo after all. So, who are we going to choose? Who are we going to choose? We don't know. Yes, we do. We're going to go ahead. Straight to Grookey. The grass-type Pokemon Grookey, eh? It's soothing like a nice long walk in the woods. The grass-type Pokemon Grookey, is it? Yeah, of course it is. Look at him, he's adorable. I would not like to give Grookey a nickname. Oh yeah, high five. That's what I'm talking about. Got our very first Pokemon. So it'll be Grookey for you, nice one. Let me guess, you're gonna pick, is you gonna pick Sobble? Probably pick Sobble, right? Oh, wait, okay, he is picking Sobble. Normally they always pick the Pokemon that is super effective against your Pokemon. But now he's going for Sobble, which makes me think that someone else is gonna pick that Scorbunny. Or maybe they've just switched it up a little bit, and they're gonna make it a bit easier for you, I don't know. I bet you will be, Hop. That's why I brought along these Pokemon for you and Jack. So the two of you can battle and train and grow stronger together, to try to reach me. Oh, poor Scorbunny! And you'll come with me. Charizard will show you the ropes. He's strict, but real strong and real kind too. Oh, excuse me guys. Alright, enough of this trainer nonsense for one night. Dinner's ready, children. Bring along your Pokemon and let's all eat. Oh yeah. Oh, look at the size of that kebab. Was that the new healing sound? Sounded like that was a new Pokemon Center Heal Your Pokemon sound. You spent the whole night with that new partner of yours, right, Hop? You two getting on alright? Understanding one another? Maybe even build up a bit of love? Of course I have, Lee. Jack's made fast friends with his Grookey too. Then listen up, new trainers, believe in yourself and your Pokemon. If you trust in one another and carry on battling side by side long enough, then someday you might even become worthy rivals for me, the unbeatable champion. What are you looking at him for, Lee? I'm the one who will be coming to challenge you. If you think Jack might be able to challenge you, then I guess he's my first rival. But I'm not planning to lose to him and miss out on my chance to beat the unbeatable champion. Just having a Pokemon with you doesn't make you a real trainer, you know. Proper trainers raise their Pokemon up to be first rate in battle too. Oh, and you think you're worthy of calling yourself such a proper trainer already, Hop? Guess I'll be the judge of that. Let's see how you handle yourself in a battle against your friend, if he's up for it. What do you say? Willing and ready to take Hop on in the first ever Pokemon battle of your life? Of course I am! Believe in your partner Pokemon and care for them too with all your heart. Do those two things and I'm certain you'll learn to choose the moves that suit your Pokemon. And more importantly, to have a champion time with battling them. Looks like everyone's on board, Pokemon and trainers alike. Then, let's do this! I've watched every match that Lee's ever had. I've read every book and magazine he left behind at home too. I know exactly what to do in order to win. Oh yeah, here we go! First Pokemon battle and Pokemon Sword. You are challenged by Pokemon Trainer Hop. But he has two Pokemon, and we only have one. Which is definitely not okay. Yes, you've got two partners with you. I only have one. But let's go ahead. Obviously we need to use the scratch. Go on, Grookey. Oh yeah. That's alright, that's alright. Come on, Grookey. Scratch again. You can take out this Wooloo easily. One more hit should do it. One more hit. There we go. The Wooloo is down. Grookey gained 55 XP, went up to level 6 immediately. Learned Branch Poke as well, which I assume is a grass type. Which I think that's always how this battle's meant to go. You level up and then you learn a move that is super effective against your opponent. So let's go ahead and use Branch Poke. Oh, that's a cool animation. I like that animation, that's cool. Did you already know about type advantages? Yeah, of course I did, mate. Of course I did. I'm no noob to Pokemon, mate. Let's go, another Branch Poke. There we go. Super effective. Sobble is down for the count. Put on Grooks. Up to level 7 again. Let's go. Cruising through it. You beat my two Pokemon with your one? You and that Grookey are too much. Ah yeah, got my 400 Poké Dollars for winning as well. Well, that was a shock. Guess I know now why Lee thought he should give you a Pokemon too. You and your Pokemon all fought hard. Made me almost want to let out Charizard and join in on the fun too. Good effort out there, Grookey. Why don't I get you all sorted? There we go. And Jack, you've got real promise. In fact, I've got a favour to ask. Be a real rival to Hop with you. Push him and make the both of you two stronger. I already want to get stronger and stronger. You've seen me battle now, Lee, so come on. You've got to let me take on the Pokemon gyms. You? Join the gym challenge? You think you're ready for a single greatest competition in the Galar region? Not putting the cart before the Rapidash there, little brother. If that's really what you want to do, you have to have a whole lot of you need to learn about Pokemon. Especially your friend Jack. Before you think about getting gym badges, best to think about getting a Pokedex. A trainer's Pokedex helps them learn lots of things all about the Pokemon out there.
including things all about other Pokemon out there, including their strengths. Oh, I just read that twice. But it's more than just a collection of data, you know. It's a record of a trainer's love and passion for Pokemon training. Right, we get it. Pokedexes then. We're on it. Looks like it's off to the Pokemon Research Lab for you and me, Jack. That's the kind of enthusiasm a trainer needs. I'll let the professor know to expect you. I'm going to be the next champion, so completing a simple Pokedex will be nothing. Just another page in the tale of my legend. You probably better go tell your mum that we're heading out, though. Yeah, I will do. I'll go let her know. Let's go. Whoa! What was that? Jack, did you hear that just now? Yeah, I did. Was that Wooloo? Did that Wooloo finally break through the fence? God damn it. It totally did. Ah! I was tackling that fence pretty hard earlier. You don't think it actually broke through there, do you? But it's off limits. Nobody's supposed to go in there. I remember the professor's granddaughter went in once and she came back in a real state. And that was nothing compared to the earful she got from the professor afterwards. Jack, what do you say? We've got to save it, man. Right, even if we're not supposed to, this is the kind of scene where you simply have to do what's needed. Hope you're ready for anything because we're going in, Jack. Okay, let's go. What about my mum though? My mum's gonna be worried about me. Right, forget about our mum. Let's go into here, into Slumbering Weald. Oh man. That Wooloo, where do you think it'll go off to? I don't know. Somewhere in here, right? The fog is really coming on thick now. If we don't find that Pokemon soon, this might be trouble. Sure will be trouble. Ah! What is this? What the hell is that? A Squovet? Is that how you say his name? Squovet? Come on, let's go ahead. It's only level 2. I don't think we can catch Pokemon at the moment. I don't know if we've got any Pokeballs. I don't think we can catch Pokemon right now. No, we have no Pokeballs, so I'm sorry, Squovet. We're gonna have to go ahead and kill you. There we go. 11 XP. I'll do nicely. Ah, okay. Cheers for that, mate. Oh, you can creep around in the grass. Ah, no! What is this? It's a Pidgey. Oh, wait a minute. It's a Rookidee. Rookidee's unnerve. Oh, no. Does look quite unnerving, doesn't it? So it's a flying type. Don't know if it will have any flying type moves, but I don't think grass type will be any good against it. Ah, no, it does. It's only 2 HP. That's fine. There we go. Very small amounts of XP, but every little helps. Wooloo, where are you? Did you hear that? Was that a Pokemon crying out, you think? I don't know what it was. I honestly don't know what it was. This music is sounding really creepy now. Ah! Another Pokemon. Oh, it's a Squovet again. You know, we'll battle them all. Get that XP. Try and get Groupie on the right track. Alright, let's use another branch poke. $19 XP, there we go. Alright. Whoa. definitely something down there. Yes, let's go, Wooloo. We're coming to save you, Wooloo. Oh, the fog. I can't see a thing. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, that's too thick. Whoa. This is mad. I can't even see my own hand in front of my face. Yeah. I think I get now why this place is off limits. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, what's going on? There's gonna be some bad Pokemon in this place. Whoa! Is that Zacian? Whoa! What are you doing here? Is that... What? What is It's a ghost! The move had no... Yeah, what? Oh my gosh, what is going on? Ah, I can't see a thing. Do I just have to run? I can't run. Ah, what? Growl it. Surely growl works. What the hell? Oh my gosh! I can't see a thing. I can just about see the outline of Grookey, but I have no idea where that thing has gone. What is going on? Okay. Hop, Jack. What, Lee? How'd you manage to find your way here? Your pants with directions, you always get lost. Oh, that's nice to hear from the little brother who had me worried sick. I've been waiting ages for you two, and you never showed. Of course I came looking for the both of you. Wait, where's the Wooloo? We were here trying to rescue that Wooloo. Oh, there it is. Meh. The little chap's just fine, though all of you had fainted by the time I found you here. You know this place is out of bounds, but it took courage to come in here all the same, and I can understand well enough why you did it. You did good, Hop. And at least that Wooloo's alright, yeah, Jack? I thought we'd had it when that weird fog started rolling in and that mad Pokemon attack. But at least it wasn't all for nothing. Attacked by some mad Pokemon? What are you talking about, Hop? It seemed loads stranger than any Pokemon I've ever seen, and it just had this sort of presence. Your moves didn't even touch it. I mean, really, they seemed to pass right through it. Your move passed right through it. So the fearsome Pokemon they say live in the slumbering will are actually illusions or something. Get strong enough and maybe the two of you could be the ones to reveal the truth someday. For now, let's simply get out of this place. You'll be alright now that I'm here with you. Even if we did get an earful from Lee, what an experience! This will make a pretty fine first page in the tale of my legend. And my legend too as well, of course. Don't forget to tell your mum we're off to Wedgehurst now. She'll go spare if you leave without a word, even worse than Lee did. Yeah, don't worry, I'm not like you. I'm gonna go and say goodbye to my mum. But because, you know, we just have to. She'll obviously maybe give us something as well. Hopefully she might give us something. Hello, Mum. Tum Tum. Well now, isn't Grookey just a sweetheart? And yes, I heard the news from young Leon. I'm glad someone bothered to tell me. Off to Wedgehurst, aren't you? Here we are. A bit of pocket money for your journey. Buy yourself a little something at the Pokemon Center. Maybe some potions or something. Remember that Grookey will battle to the very end for you. So don't go pushing the poor dear too hard. Tum tum. And you, Grookey, look after my little Jack. Come home to rest any time that you need. After all, east or west, home is the best. Okay, let's go. We start our adventure, I guess officially now. we've done all the sort of preamble at the start of the game. We're going now down to Wedgehurst. Going past this guy. There is Hop again. Hello, Hop. Here we go. This is quite a big step, you know. My first step towards becoming the next champion. Guess I'll probably train up Sobble a bit by having it battle against Pokemon in the tall grass. You should get yourself to the building with the purple roof and the great red and white ball mark on the front. That's the Pokemon Research Lab. I mean, yeah, I could do that, or I could also just come into the grass and... I mean, I have to go into the grass, right? Because I have to go around. Alright. Come on. Now we can see the Pokemon in the grass. So we don't have to be scared of them anymore. Alright. Come on, Grookey. Level 5 Squirtle. Hopefully we can get some good XP from this. Come on. There we go. Squirtle is dead. We might go up to level 8, maybe, who knows? 44, there we go, level 8. We learned our fourth and final move that we can learn, which is Taunt. I can see something over there which looks kind of cool. I don't want to battle another Squirtle there. Oh, press the wrong button there. Let's go into our bag. I think we need to use a potion on Grookey. There we go. 12 points restored. Let's battle this thing. Oh, look at that! Nick it! It's like swipe or no swiping. How do I pronounce Squirtle? Just Squirtle? I don't know. This is all new to me. All of these Pokemon are obviously new. I'm not sure how to pronounce any of them. I know how to pronounce Grookey and stuff. Nickit is a bit of an easy one to say. I don't know, Squavit? I guess you can really... We probably won't know how to pronounce it until like a couple of days in, right? When everyone starts pronouncing it differently and then there's going to be a lot of debates online about how to say what Pokemon name. But that's how I've been saying it from now. Yeah, like I say, I'm not sure what the actual correct pronunciation is. But yeah, that's I guess, like I say, it's all a bit of a learning curve. Let's go ahead and see what's in this Pokeball. What do we get? A potion, there we go, that's what we need. Use one, get one in return. See if we can fight another Nickit. There we go. Again, I don't think we can catch a Pokemon at the moment. I imagine that will probably be introduced to us after the interaction at the Pokemon Research Lab. Whoa! That quick attack animation was pretty cool. Let's go ahead and branch poke it again. How are you doing anyway, First Alpha? Are you good? How's your day going so far? I know it's very early on, but... Alright, let's sneak up on this. Ah! You encountered a wild Rookidee. Ah, level 6, and it's going to be super effective against us as well. Oh my god. Power Trip? Okay, that wasn't effective against us, that's cool. Use a final scratch, hopefully this will be enough to finish it off. There we go. '47, up to level 9. Cruising through the levels. Let's go over here. There is a Pokeball in this grass. Ah! been attacked. Oh, what the hell is that? Ah, it's a grubbin! Cool! What is it? Grubbin is a ground type, is it? Yeah, I think so. Whoa! That vice grip animation is cool. Oh no, look, we get to watch it again. Oh. Oh, guys. Apologies for the yawning. There we go, 39 XP. Got 2 Paralyzed Heals. I know what a Paralyzed Heal does. How... Ah, wait, we've got 5... We do have Pokeballs. I didn't even see that. I didn't even realise we had Pokeballs. Alright. Okay. So I guess that means we get to catch our first Pokemon, right? I think that's what that means. Alright. Come on, Rookidee. You want to be our first Pokemon? Only if you're like level 5 or above, please. Ah, level 3, man. Come on. I'm not going to bother with you. I'm just going to run away. I want like level 5 Pokemon minimum. Has to be level 5. What about you? What about Rookidee 2? You going to be level 5? Ah, level 6. Even better. Even better. Okay. Ah, we might be able to get one more scratch in before we kill this thing. So let's go ahead and try that. Yep, there we go. Just as predicted. And then after this, hopefully we can throw a Pokeball at this Rookidee. And hopefully, I've just seen the shortcut. We can just press the X button to use a Pokeball, which is pretty cool. Alright, come on, Rookidee. You do want to be mine? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, there we go. Rookidee, welcome to the party. First Pokemon capture here in Pokemon Sword. 43 XP for Grookey as well, which is interesting because you never really used to get XP for catching Pokemon. I do not. Oh right. Whoa! We can catch our very own Wooloo as well. Do I really want a Wooloo? Yeah, why not? I mean, we have to catch them all, right? Come on, Wooloo. What level are you? Level 6 as well. Okay. Branch poke it. And then we'll see what we're doing from here. Maybe a scratch. Gonna defense curl. Which is always good for us because it means that we'll have more of a chance of not dying when we attack it. If we want to capture it, of course. Gonna use Growl on us. Let's hit it with a branch poke. Hopefully it doesn't die. Alright, I think we've got it down far enough. Let's go ahead and try. Come on, Wooloo. Do you want to join the party? That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. There we go. We are on a roll now. We've got a Wooloo. We've got a Rookidee. A Rookidee even. There we go. Rookidee up to level 7. Grookey up to level 10 as well. We also have a Wooloo level 6. Let's go ahead, check out the party. Okay, so we maybe need to drop some healing on our 2 new additions. The Rookidee and the Wooloo. And then let's go to our party and actually move the Wooloo to the top. And then we can start training up the Wooloo and the Rookidee, see what's going on. Oh, what is this? Ah, it's a Scrovit again. Let's just tackle it. Come on, Wooloo, you can do this. Oh, come on, one more should do it. I'm trying to use Tail Whip, but we don't really care because this should hopefully kill it. There we go. And they all get XP points now. That's interesting. I think that they introduced that into the Pokemon Let's Go games. I'm fairly certain before you need to have like EXP share equipped and all of that sort of stuff. Right, let's go ahead and talk to these guys. The Ultimate Charizard! Yeah, it is the Ultimate Charizard, look at that. The champion's here. Hello. I just remembered what the sign here used to say. To the right is the Pokemon Lab, on the opposite side is the station. Okay, thank you very much for that. We go into this random person's house, because you know everyone in Pokemon leaves their doors open all the time. That rather grand building beside us is the Pokemon Research Lab, but if it's Professor Magnolia you're seeking, you'll find her at home, down the far end of Route 2. Okay, I mean we'll go check out the Pokemon Lab. We'll go see what's going on. Ah, Leon is here. Well done, you reached the goal and managed to find the Pokemon Research Lab. You did a far sight better than I did my first time. I'm hopeless with directions. See how your world has already grown? All thanks to having Pokemon with you? I know I'm sure glad I got Charizard with me to keep me from getting lost all the time. Now in we go. Rah! There we go. Into the Pokemon Research Lab. I mean, Professor Magnolia's not here. Everything in here looks fascinating. Oh, what? What is that? What is that? Oh my god, it's a little doggy! What is it today, Leon? Looking for another never-before-seen super strong Pokemon? I wish you'd stop with these outlandish requests. Is that her? Good to see you too, Yamper. Yamper here is a real champ when it comes to helping you find your way around. He came to my rescue plenty of times back in the day, when I got lost on the road. Oh yeah, and that's his trainer, Sonia. What can I say about Sonia? Well, I like the way she cooks. She makes food you can gobble down in a flash. Pfft, what kind of an introduction is that? Did you forget we were rivals during our gym challenge? It wasn't just Yamper helping you out, I did too. Anyway, nice to meet you. Name's Sonia. I'm the professor's assistant. This is Jack. He's a new Pokemon trainer. Set him on the right path, would you? Oh, Yamper! Look at him. Look at him go. What does he think I am? He's always got his head in the clouds. It's no wonder he gets lost all the time. Oh, looks like you've got a Rotom Poke. A Rotom Poke. Hey there, Rotom. Ah, Rotom Dex. Is it going to be one of those things? Rotom phones are handy little things, aren't they? They've got a map and a navigation tool. That said, Leon still gets lost, so... Oh, sorry. So tell me, do you know a lot about Pokemon? You bet I do. Well said. In that case, I'll make it so that you can use the Pokedex on your Rotom phone. Yeah, there we go. Got our Pokedex now. Just so you know, that Pokedex is a gift from my Gran. Could you let Gran know that you received the Pokedex? She lives in the house down along Route 2. I'll let her know, don't worry about that. Oh, look at this little Yamper! So cute! Hey there, trainer, sorry to stop you. You just left the Pokemon Lab, right? So that means you've got a Pokedex. Yeah, I love talking to new trainers and giving them useful stuff. Ah, thanks. I mean, random person giving me a potion. I'm never going to say no to that. Maybe he's spiked it with something I don't want to think about. It's a potion. Use it when your Pokemon's HP, their hit points get low. HP is like a Pokemon's stamina. You can even use potions during battle. Knowledge is power. It's a good idea to talk to lots of different people and read everything you can on your journey. All around here is just quiet countryside, but wait until you see a big city. It will take your breath away. If you ever get lost during your travels, don't forget your trusty town map. Don't worry, I won't forget that. I need some... Ah, there's a Pokemon Center. I was literally just thinking that I need somewhere to heal some of my Pokemon, I think. Then it's time to meet lots of different Pokemon and start building up a strong team. But battling strong Pokemon in the wild can leave your team in a bad way. Not to mention what battling another trainer can do. Luckily, we've got Pokemon Centers. Luckier yet, they're dead easy to spot. They look the same wherever you go. Come on, Jack. Bet you've never been inside one. That's what she said. Level with me, Jack. Is this your first time in a Pokemon Center? Yeah, it is actually. Then the future champions got you covered. First things first, you talk to the lady at the counter if you want your Pokemon healed up. And you can catch Pokemon, and Pokemon you catch are kept in computers like the one you can find here. After all, you can only bring 6 Pokemon with you on the road in your party. The potions they sell at the Pokemon got me out of a real rough spot the other day. If you 2 kids are Pokemon trainers, you might want to buy some potions before you head out. Cheers, I'm already good though. I'm heading to Route 2. Jack, come find me maybe, when you're done here. I'll come find you, don't worry about that. Let's just go and whack a heal on the Pokemon. See what this animation is like. Oh, that looks cool. That looks cool. I can dig that already. Hope to see you again. Let's go grab some potions as well. Because obviously we used up some of the potions. Let's just go and grab 5 right now. I don't think we want anything else. They'll fully hit all your Pokemon as many times as you need for free. It's true that wild Pokemon can be scary, but once they become your allies, there's nothing more reliable. What about this? Can you just do this at any Pokemon Center? So you can rate a nickname, try and relearn one of your moves, or make a Pokemon forget move. Is that just at this Pokemon Center, or is that at every Pokemon Center? I've never really used the move deleter, but... Hee, this month's birthday horoscope is spot on. Do you want me to tell you your fortune too? Okay, in that case, can you tell me the month you were born? My birth month is 08. Next, I need to know what day you were born. Yeah, I mean, it's the day, 29th. I got it! So you're... Yeah, I mean, it's 2908, not 0829, sorry. So, since you were born on 0829, your fortune is... Let's see here. What's this stain here? Oh, this must be from my snack. The page is smudged and I can't really read it. People with your birthday are going to be super duper lucky. You might even run into a legendary Pokemon. Or maybe not. So anyway, see you later. So there you have it, guys. That's my fortune. I might see a Pokemon or I might not. To be honest, I could have told you that without having to go through that complete process. In the morning, my Pokemon wakes me up, and in the evening, I put my Pokemon to bed. I can't imagine a life without Pokemon. If you're looking for the Pokemon Professor, you can usually find her at a lovely home by the lake, enjoying a slow life. What does that say? Berries! I've got your fresh baked berries. What do you say? Interested in something? Oran berries, cherry berries, and pecha berries. That's poison, that paralysis, and that's just HP. I don't want any berries at the moment, mate. I heard that Leon has a younger brother. I bet he's an amazing trainer, just like Leon. Well, you're wrong, because he's not. Having a meal with your Pokemon makes food taste extra good. Sorry that I'm doing all of this like exploring, guys. I just like to explore. It's a new game. It's fun to do some shopping in a boutique. Even just getting a new hat can change your whole look. Okay, let's check this out. Let's customize our character. Welcome to the boutique. Anything I can help you find? Oh, here we go. This is what I've been waiting for. It's too much choice. Too much choice, really. I don't want skinny trousers. If I was to wear skinny trousers, it would probably be blue because they mostly look like jeans. Okay, buy that. Buy a purple top. Let's get... Do we have a grey hoodie? We do have a grey hoodie. I'm spending way too much money on customizing my character now, guys. Don't want to change. What shoes do we have? Why do we only have loafers? I don't want a knit cap. I want like a snapback. That's what I want. I don't want glasses. No, I don't want glasses. That's enough. Yes. There we go. There we go. We're looking all kinds of swag right now. Wait a minute. Where's that grey hoodie? What's this mystery gift? I'll look at that later. I was trying to see. I just bought myself like a hoodie. Where's my? I don't have a hoodie. Oh well. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go down here, down Route 2, I'd assume. Listen, Jack. I've been thinking. If you're a Pokemon trainer, you must want to try your hand at the gym challenge, right? The gym challenge, mate. The annual competition where trainers can battle it out for the right to challenge the champion. But the trick is, you've got to be endorsed if you want to take part. And Lee doesn't think I'm up to snuff. So I'm thinking, I ought to talk to the professor and see if she could help. You've got to take part too. A proper rival is just a thing every trainer needs to keep growing stronger. After all, it keeps you motivated, right? The professor's house is way down at the end of Route 2. So let's head there and give our teams a chance to train up a bit along the way. Yeah, why not? But first, let's just break into this random guy's house. Sonia and Leon used to have a healthy rivalry. But Leon loves Pokemon and loves Pokemon battles. I remember he would always go out, even on practice matches. Okay, I don't know what the situation is between Sonia and Leon, but... Basics for Pokemon trainers, lesson 1. The Pokemon at the top of your team will be the first one to enter battle. Basics for Pokemon trainers, lesson 2. Don't forget to record your progress often. Basics for Pokemon trainers, lesson 3. If a Pokemon uses a move that matches its type, the move's power increases. In order to bring out the full strength of their Pokemon, trainers must be knowledgeable. I hear that. You see that house in the distance with the Pokemon with the purple roof? That's where the Pokemon Professor lives. Wow, look at that! This is like the Lake District or something. This is what this is reminding me of. Oh yeah, we found a revive. That will always come in handy. Alright, let's go down here. Route 2. Over here, Jack. Oh, right, Jack. It's time we fed our teams a bit. And I'm here to teach you how. You need to catch Pokemon if you've got any hope of filling that Pokedex. Lee, where did you come from? Oh, Lee, look at you, little Jack. You've already caught some on your own. Your mum gave you those Pokeballs, did she? I'll give you some more Pokeballs in return. I'll only ask that you catch plenty of Pokemon. The Pokemon around here seem easy to catch, almost like they're itching to join some trainer's team, wouldn't you say? Oh yeah, 20 Pokeballs. That's what I'm talking about. Let's get this show on the road. Pokemon on your team will get XP points when you catch Pokemon too. And of course, they get XP points from battles, so take on other trainers you meet along the path to help your Pokemon thrive. Your team will keep on changing and growing as you get stronger together, no doubt. But even I don't know exactly how yet. Show your champion something good, alright? So I guess if you don't have Pokemon at this point, if you haven't captured any, they'd probably show you a tutorial on how to catch Pokemon. Alright, I'm gonna catch loads of Pokemon. The professor will be shocked when she sees... Me too. I mean, I won't. I probably won't end up catching a lot of Pokemon. Wow. straight into battle. Yeah, why not? I mean, we need to train these guys up. Trying to weaken my little Wooloo. That's not cool. That's not cool, man. Let's put Rookedy in. See what Rookedy can do. Right, you peck. Go. Come on. There we go. Squover is dead. Sorry, pal. Rookedy is up to level 8. Learned Hone Claws, which I think sharpens the attack, or raises the attack rather. What is that thing? What is that thing? Oh my gosh, look at that! A Tootle! That looks cool. Oh no, wait, Wooloo's on low health. Let's send Grookey in there to see if we can maybe catch this thing. I mean, it looks dumb as all hell. Like, its eyes just looks like it's got a funny face. It is a water type. And maybe we don't want to use Branch Code. Maybe we do. Doesn't say it's super effective. But it is super effective, okay. Maybe you have to use the move to get it to tell you whether or not it's effective or not. Maybe that's what's going on there. But I kind of want to hang around here and try if I can catch another Tootle, or at least encounter another one and try to catch it. Now that I know that it's a water type. Right, Wooloo and Rookedy, drop a hill on you guys. There's another one, there we go. Speaking of the devil, alright. Now that we've got Wooloo back in action, we might be able to catch this Tootle. Just tackle it. It is level 7 though. So it might take some beating. I think Wooloo can maybe take one more hit, hopefully. And then we might have to send in Rookedy. Rookedy. Let's go. Use Peck. One more hit to take out the Tootle. There we go. Oh, I was meant to catch it. Oh, I forgot. I just completely forgot what I was doing there. Oh god. All of that for nothing. All of that for nothing. There's another one there that's just popped up. Guys. All of that for nothing. I can't believe that. I can't believe that. We had it down to such low health as well. Oh, you're going to be level 7 or are you going to be like lower? Which is not okay. Ah, you're level 5, which is alright. Level 5 is okay. Maybe one more hit and then try to catch it. And actually remember to catch it this time. There we go. Alright. Let's go and use a Pokeball on it. Come on, Tootle. Join the team. Come on. There we go. Tootle was caught. Oh, Grookey almost up to level 11 already. Oh, the Pokemon Dex. Apparently the itch of its teething impels it to snap its jaws at anything in front of it. Cool. That seems unnerving. Alright. So, you know what we have to do? Heal up. And then obviously move Tootle to the top of the party, because as the tip that young Pokemon trainer gave us... Oh, I don't want to check the summary. But obviously, the first Pokemon that is in battle is a Pokemon at the top in your party, so, you know, in case you guys didn't know that. Nick it, what are you doing? Let's use Water Gun. Ah. Ah, don't beat me up. Come on, Tootle. Keep it going. Alright, Grookey up to level 11, Wooloo up to level 8. Wooloo learned Copycat. Don't know what that move does, maybe it just mimics the same move. Ah, we're getting attacked. What is that? What is that? A blip bug! I mean, I'm gonna catch it because it looks terrifying. Like, it just looks creepy as all hell. Ah! Alright, enough of that. Enough of that. Come on. Come on, blip bug. Come on. Come on. There we go. Blip bug was caught. Welcome to the team. Oh, Tootle almost up to level 6. A constant collector of information. This Pokemon is very smart, very strong, is what it isn't. Ah. Okay. Maybe a mistake catching him, but you know what? Keep completing a Pokedex. I'm gonna make a hustle. Is that it's a Galarian Zigzagoon? Ah, look at it! Zigzagoon! Sorry, I just had to jump into this battle because it's a Zigzagoon. And why the hell not? Go on, Rookity. And Zigzagoon, such an underrated early game Pokemon. And we're gonna kill it for the XP to try and get Tootle up to level 6, and we're really just going back this way to try and heal our Pokemon. But don't worry, Zigzagoon, if we see you again, we'll catch you. Here we go, Tootle up to level 6. That's what I was looking for. See if we can skip around that grass. Go back across here into Wedgehurst. Yeah, it's always annoying. Maybe I might need to buy a bit more potions, because it's always annoying when you have to go back and forward in between Pokemon centers. Alright, got more Pokemon now this time though. Always love that sound. It's been just, you know, it's one of those sounds that you, well, certainly me, I've heard that basically my entire life. I've heard that. Ding, 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 ding. Always hear it. Let's buy 10. We've got the money to do it, so why not? Oh, right. Let's try to sneak past those. Let's go over here. Maybe fight one of you. You wanna fight? You wanna fight? You wanna fight? Let's go nick it. Tutor up to level 6. Maybe we can go up to level 7. One more hit, one more hit. Let's use a tackle. There we go. There we go. Oh, I've got a couple of Pokemon close to leveling up. Let's carry on down here. Oh, is this going to be our first Pokemon trainer battle? Well, apart from obviously that battle against Hop. This might very well be our first Pokemon trainer battle. Let's go. It's common manners for Pokemon trainers to battle when their eyes meet. Oh, cool. Cool, I like that animation. Squovet. Shoot all out. Level 6 versus level 6. No, Tudor, come back. Let's actually send out our Blipbug. See what a Blipbug can do. See if Blipbug can take it out. Only knows one move. There we go. Squovet is down. There we go, Blipbug and Tootle both leveling up. Level 6 for Blipbug and level 7 for Tootle. And Tootle learned how to bite. And we defeated our first in-world Pokemon trainer. Whenever there's a strong trainer, I always look right at them. 350 Pokédollars, thank you very much. Is he actually gonna walk towards us until... Did I just walk towards us? Ah! Ah! Right, in order to do that, if you want to do that, I'm gonna swap you. Let's use that on Tootle. And then swap that. Just doing a bit of organising of my Pokemon by their level. And Gookie down at the bottom. Not meaning that Grookey's bad, because Grookey's our best Pokemon. I don't know what that was. I wanted to encounter it. Okay, it's another Blip Bug. We're going to use our own Blip Bug. Let's see if we can battle it. I think it's Struggle Bug. Ah, the wild one attacks first. Why? This is just going to be the same thing that happens over and over again, isn't it? We both only know one move, and that wild one is clearly faster than I am. And what the funny thing is that Struggle Bug is a special attack, and we're both reducing each other's special attack every time we attack. Certainly hilarious to say that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go and send in Rookidee, just because I think Peck will be super effective against it, because it's a bug type, so we don't have to stay around here for too much longer. And of course, bug type attacks are not super effective at all against Rookidee, so finish it off. There we go. Sorry, Blip Bug, but Rookidee up to level 10. What I'm talking about. Oh, Pokeball over here. Found 2 more potions. It's always good. What is this? Pokemon can gain XP points by battling other Pokemon. XP points will help them, and your Pokemon will still get XP points even if you catch a Pokemon you are battling against. Cool. Just gonna go ahead and heal this Blip Bug. And then we're gonna go this way. Tootle is there. Come on then, Tootle, do you want to battle? There we go, let's battle Tootle. Come on, Struggle Bug. Ah, why? You're so slow, Blip Bug. That is quite effective, I must say. Come on, please, Blip Bug. Come on, we need the XP, Blip Bug. We need the XP. Please don't be effective at all. We might have to heal. Oh no, we don't. Okay, cool. Critical hit. Finish off the Tootle. That's cool. Well done, Blip Bug. Hopefully you'll go up a level. There we go. Yep. Level 7 for Blip Bug. Still not learning a different attack though. Okay. Let's go around here. Found 3 more Pokeballs. Probably don't need those, but again, just gonna go ahead and restore the Blip Bug. And then got another trainer to go up against. Cute and strong together in combination. Really? Highly doubt that. Lass Lauren, the lasses are back. Looks like she stepped straight out of Gryffindor. There we go. Come on, Blip Bug. You've just beaten one of these, and that was a wild Tootle. Come on, you've also leveled up since then. Come on, Blip Bug. One more, one more, one more, one more. Please don't die. 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 Okay, come on. Come on. Please die. Please die. There we go. There we go. Blipbug hangs on in there by the skin of her teeth. That. Defeated last Lauren. Well done, Blipbug. Are we cute and nothing more? It looks like our strength has always to go. 504. Okay, again. No surprise here. Blipbug, you really need to work on like your defense. Or just need to get better, you know, like a better move. Because Struggle Bug is good, but it doesn't seem to be that great. Let's skip that grass patch and let's go straight down here. Take on another trainer. I can see something over there. Are they introducing that again back into Pokemon? The sort of rage-induced Pokemon. Ah, Blipbug. It's going to be a Blipbug mirror match. We are 2 levels stronger though, and we are faster this time. Come on, Blipbug. Come on, Blipbug. Well, how did I attack him first? Did our move miss or something? I think our move must have missed, right? Alright, it's gotten to the point where both of our special attacks are just so low. It's always funny because I don't think Blipbug will then be able to finish this battle on his own, on her own. Let's give Wooloo a bit of a run out. We haven't really used Wooloo in a while. Tackle. There we go. Ah, I've got 2 Pokemon. I didn't even realise that. Wooloo can stay out though. Let's use Copycat. See what that does. Is it just gonna quick attack? Yeah, okay. Basically like the Mimic, I guess. His tackle. Ah, using quick attack, come on. There we go. Wooloo up to level 9. Tutor and Blipbug almost up a level as well. Sorry mate, lose to wild Pokemon, lose to many trainers. 420! 420 Poké Dollars, my guy knows what's up. Let's go over here. Look, there's a professor! So, have you unraveled all the secrets of the Dynamax phenomenon yet? Oh goodness no, the whole thing is still full of questions. I'd hoped that my granddaughter would take over my research, but... Dear me, I'm sorry, I didn't even notice my guests. My name is Magnolia. Welcome, young trainers. Now come, let's head indoors. Okay. Get invited into a strange old lady's house? Why, Hop dear, I see Wooloo has made some new friends, and you must be Jack. I trust you received a Pokédex from Sonia. I'm sure you will have it complete in no time. You must already know about Dynamaxing, right, Jack? Professor Magnolia has been doing research into the Dynamax phenomenon for years and years, and it takes proper understanding of the thing if you plan to use a Dynamaxing to the fullest. There you go again, Leon, always talking about Pokemon. There are other things that are worth knowing about too, you know, like how many different types of tea there are. Hey, Professor, do us a favour, would you? Help me convince Lee he should endorse us for the gym challenge. Oh, Leon, why wouldn't you endorse them? Hop and Jack only just started out as Pokemon trainers. There's still loads that they don't know yet. Dearie, I thought your dream was to have everyone in the Galar region become strong trainers, isn't that right? Well, yeah, you're not wrong. That goal's precisely the reason I gave both of them Pokemon, in fact. Ha, look at him. Right then, in that case, how about this? Let's see if the two of you can show me such a brilliant battle that I'm left with no choice but to endorse you. And don't worry, I'll make sure both your teams are in good shape before the battle starts. Here we go. Another battle against Hop. Right, I'll be waiting outside, Jack. Cool. So, let's have a look at our team. Probably want to leave it in like that, right? Probably want to have Bitbug go out there first. Hopefully none of them die. I hope none of them die in battle. Hurry it up, Jack! You've got to battle me so I can get myself that endorsement. Okay, man, calm down. I'm gonna become the greatest Pokemon trainer there is. To do that, I need that endorsement to take part in a gym challenge. Come at me with everything you have so we can prove to Lee that we've got what it takes. Of course. I'm rather interested in seeing how you two young trainers do in battle. Listen, you two. The reason I'm unbeatable is because I learn from every battle I see or take part in. That's how I've gotten to where I am today. Show me something good in this battle. It's time for Legend to begin. Banana. You are challenged by Pokemon Trainer Hop. You only got 3 Pokemon. Sun out is Wooloo, which is what, going to be like a level 6 maybe? If you've gotten a bit stronger, me and my team will put you to the test and see. Level 6, there we go. So let's just struggle bug. Wooloo's obviously faster than us. Less than ideal. But we are stronger than that, with the critical hit coming in clutch as well. And the SB attack down. So it was one more struggle bug. We're gonna die. One more hit. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll actually send in our tutor. Almost at upper level as well. Tutor will come on, don't let me down now. There we go. Tutor upper level, so is Blipbug. Both of them up to level 8. Blipbug still only knows one move. So obviously, we're going to send out Grookey to go up against the Sobble. His Sobble's only level 8, come on man, what are you playing at? Oh, almost a one-hit KO. Well, look at you, seems you've really learned your type matchups. Yeah, I have. I've always known them, mate. Ain't no slouch around here. That's your strongest Pokemon gone, right? Grookey up to level 12, Rookidee up to level 11. Grookey wants to learn Razor Leaf? Well, sure. I don't, yeah, let's use Taunt, let's get rid of Taunt. too fond of that move. Haven't really used it at all. Move the up to level 11 doesn't know any move. Let's switch to... Let's send in our own Rookity. Why not? Why not? It'll be close. That's exactly my sort of match. Will it really? You're level 5 against my level 11. I don't think it's going to be close at all. Choose Home Claws. Attack up. Attack and accuracy. Okay. Okay, is that how it's going to be? Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye, Rookity. Sorry. Bye. Oof, gutted that I lost. But I expect nothing less from my rival. You are 640 for winning. Good, good, that's what I'm all about. And I even got my Pokeball throw perfect too! The sting of defeat and the joy of victory. I guess going through both is the key to the two of us getting stronger, right? Jack, Hop, well, after seeing a match like that one, I suppose I have a little choice but to give you both an endorsement as champion. You obtained a letter of endorsement. Put the letter called a letter of recommendation that you'll need in order to participate in the gym challenge. Yes, thanks, Lee. Yes, thanks, Lee. I swear I'm going to win my way through the gym challenge to reach you. You may be both young and still plenty rough around the edges, but it was a proper battle. Charizard and I were both feeling the excitement in every lost cell in our bodies. Hop, you've always tended to get caught up in things like how you throw your Pokeball out, things that have nothing to do with real strength. Honestly, I'm worried about you still obsessing over that sort of nonsense, but it seems you have really grown a bit, little brother. And I'd like to see some more thrilling Pokemon battles out of you too, Jack. Alright, Jack, you and me are going to train up against one another to aim for that champion's title. The more we keep battling against one another, the more our Pokemon will grow. Huh? What's that? Whoa. What is that? Jack, would you look at this? They're wishing stars. Since there are two of them, you should take one yourself. The hell's a wishing star? Ah, a stone found in the Galar region with a mysterious power. It said that your dreams come true if you find one. Which one of these? My Pokemon. With one of these, my Pokemon can Dynamax. They're going to be massive. Yes! Trust you to pull something like this. They say wishing stars fall down to those who have a true wish in their heart, you know. I will be the greatest trainer ever. I will be the greatest trainer ever. I will be the greatest trainer ever. There, I've said it 3 times, so surely my wish will come true now, right? Don't be silly, Hop. Those wishing stars are composed of a curious sort of rock containing unknown power. They are one of the most precious resources we have here in the Galar region. But I won't do a thing for you in that state. Give them to me now, and I'll have you sorted. Ah, right. You've done heaps of research on the Dynamax phenomenon, haven't you, Professor? Then please, give Jack and me the power to Dynamax our Pokemon. First we got to battle against that mad Pokemon in the slumbering world, and now this? It really feels like we're getting caught up in the adventure of a lifetime. I do understand your excitement, young man, but don't get carried away. You want to save your energy for tomorrow's journey. Seems I came back home right in time for all the excitement. Hey, you lot, why not have some dinner? You must be hungry, right? I've been totally obsessed with making the latest trendy curries. Yeah, let's have a curry. It's morning at last. Time for our adventure to truly start. Good morning to you, young challengers. Hop, is it true? You really met some Pokemon you didn't recognize? Is there anything more you can tell me about it? Well, there was a weird heavy fog, and then this even weirder Pokemon appeared. Jack tried to fight it off, but then I think we both passed out or something. It was all pretty hazy. A ripe fountain of information you are. Jack, Hop, these are for you. What is she gonna give us? Whoa, what is that? Dynamax Band from Professor Magnolia. A wishing star has been affixed to it. It lets out a light that allows Pokemon to Dynamax when at a power spot. Ah, this is the whole Dynamaxing concept that they've been talking about. Those are your Dynamax bands. I made them by fitting the wishing stars you found last night into those bands. Thanks, Professor. This is brilliant. It's like just like the one Lee has on him. Now we can Dynamax a Pokemon like he does. My word, you don't waste any time, do you? I think you'll find it's not so simple as that. There are a number of conditions you must meet if you hope to have your Pokemon Dynamax and take on that gigantic form. Now don't be afraid to go to all sorts of places and meet all sorts of Pokemon. That will help fill out your Pokedex too. The legend of my reign is finally about to begin. Come on, Jack. I'll beat you to the station. Why do you always have to beat me everywhere? Like, what is going on? Ah, Wycom. I don't really care about link traders at the moment or anything like that. I just want to get into more Pokemon shenanigans. There's a Pokeball over here. I knew that they would be hiding something behind here. Found a great ball. There we go. Like I said, just enjoy exploring anything down around the back of here. Go down this way. Ah, we can! Look, there's something here! I knew it! I just knew it! Ah, we found our first technical machine. The user stores power, then attacks. If the user moves after the target, this attack's power will be doubled. Alright, let's come back out from behind this house. Can we get in the garage? No, can't get in the garage. Garage, whatever you want to call it. One last thing before we race, Jack. See, I've got some great advice for you. You know how you sometimes see Pokemon wandering out of the tall grass, yeah? If you move real slow like and crouch down, most Pokemon won't pay you any notice. But on the other hand, if you whistle at them, you'll be sure to catch their attention. If you're rubbish at whistling, just remember this. Need a fail-proof trick? Press the left stick. Okay, try it out and let's see if you can catch the most Pokemon, Jack. You remember Wedgehurst Station, right? Where we went to pick up Lee before? That'll be the goal, so see you there. Okay, I didn't realise we could whistle in this game. Ah! Ah! Yes, there's a Yamper! Yes, of course we're going to catch you, Yamper. Look at it, it's so adorable. Alright, here we go. Let's try and catch this Yamper. I keep doing that. I could just press X button and use a Pokeball. Here we go. There we go. Yamper was caught. Choosehall and Blipbug both got to level 9. Blipbug still knows no other attacks other than Struggle Bug, which is getting kind of frustrating right now. This Pokemon is very popular as a herding dog in the Galar region. As it runs, it generates electricity from the base of its tail. I did not know that. Did not know that. I do not want to give you a nickname, but there you go, Yamper. Welcome to the team. The final Pokemon in our squad. don't understand what that is. What is that? What is that thing in the bottom, like bottom left now? I don't understand what that means. Okay. I don't really care about. I don't want to tell everyone what I'm doing. Ah, I can't add myself to the block list apparently, but fair enough. I just leave it there. Just try and forget about it. All right, so we're going back up here. All of these Pokemon have already been beaten. Do we want to train any of them? I mean, we've got Yamper and Blipbug who we can train. Let's use this on Yamper and on Blipbug, and then let's move Yamper up to the top. There we go. Yeah, we'll train up Yamper a bit. We'll train up Yamper a bit. Why not? Nuzzle, okay. Let's use tackle. There we go. Stop talking about paralysis coming in clutch. Why is it so difficult? Why has Swobit got so much defense? Wooloo, you can go out, Wooloo, come on. Anyone go up a level? Wooloo and Yamper making good progress there. Yeah. Don't know what to do. Well, I know where I need to go, but I kind of want to train up some of these Pokemon. I want to get Yamper up to like level 8 at least. Who knows? I mean, I still don't know what is a good Pokemon to do anything with, you know? Still don't know what is considered to be like a good Pokemon matchup or anything. Ah, go away! I don't want to battle you! Go away, go away! Sneaky, 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 sneaky. Yamper, stop following me! There we go. Okay, the Yamper despawned. Cool. Let's take on this Rookidee. Because obviously Yamper is an electric type. Super effective against flying type. So maybe we might be able to level up Yamper. That's the idea anyway. Here we go, yeah, there we go. Critical hit with the paralysis as well. Go ahead and do that again. Should be faster than it because it is paralysed. There we go. Yamper should hopefully go up a level. Ah, so close, so close. Yamper and Wooloo. Very close to leveling up indeed. There we go. Another Rookidee battle. Come on, Yamper, you can do it again. I didn't get. Oh, yeah, I did get paralysed, but it wasn't that strong. I think the last time maybe was a critical hit. There we go. Wickedy is down. Yamper maybe might go up a level. Yep, Yamper's up to level 8. There we go. Maybe I need to do a bit more research into like what levels Pokemon like evolve and stuff. We'll go into another Rookedy battle, why not? Whilst we're still here. We know it's a easy battle we can get through and give Yamper a bit of a decent experience. There we go, Wooloo up to level 10. No new moves yet for anyone. Okay, we're back towards Wedgehurst now. I'm gonna go to the Pokemon Center real quick and heal up a couple of our Pokemon. Ah, what is this? Who is this? I saw a hop sneaking off towards the station. I didn't see you there before. Come on, Jack, you'll never beat me to the station at that pace. I don't want to beat you to the station. I want to take my time and enjoy the environment that I'm in. Because this game is looking hella pretty right now, and I just want to take it all in, okay? There we go, our full party of 6. Look at that. Alright, let's go down to this station. See what's got. What's got Hop all excited. So, out with it, Jack. How many did you catch? I caught a really special one, and you got yourself. Ooh, just one. Looks like we're out of draw. So we are rivals, and that's also fair. I don't understand what I was meant to be doing there. Was I just meant to be catching Pokemon? Star-shaped rays are shot at opposing Pokemon. This attack never misses. The technical machine, a TM mate. With a TM like that, you can teach a Pokemon a new move in Flash. And you can use them again and again too. That one can teach this move Swift. Lee gave it to me ages ago. Now it's yours. The gym challenge will begin in Motostoke. Train's waiting. So let's go. God, I need to stop yawning. God, I sound awful. Alright, where are we going? Motostoke. Not quite so fast, you two. What are you doing here, Mum? I knew this day was coming since the moment you chose someone as a partner, darling. Professor Magnolia was kind to let us know what you two were setting out. So here, a last little gift to see you well set on your way. All the kit you need for camping. Camping gear? What? Oh, you're just gonna camp out? Put the set of camping gear in your bag ski items pocket. Everything you need to set up a tent and get cooking in a wild area or at a camping spot. Huh. No matter what happens out there, if you and your partner are together, I know you'll be fine. Thanks, Mom. And just think of how lucky you are. Mother to the first ever pair of champion brothers. Because I'm certain to be the next champion. You'll see. Of course, you will be, darling. Anyway, you do have fun and take care of yourselves. You'll be welcome back home anytime. Wish us luck. Not that we'll need it. There are loads of brilliant trainers and all kinds of Pokemon out there waiting for us. My excitement's running ahead of me even faster than that train can go, Jack. Come on, we're off. Okay, let's get on a train. Motostoke, I guess. Oh, look at that. Motostoke is surrounded by a vast, wild area. Look at that. This It's a real sight. There are all sorts of wild Pokemon wandering about everywhere. Brushing can camp out, do a spot of fishing. I don't think I could ever get tired of it. Wow, okay. Open world Pokemon, maybe. Maybe not, definitely not. But, you know, that seems cool. Let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. Hey, Mr. Station Master. Isn't this the wild area? What have we stopped here for? Yes, this is the wild area station. Make no mistake. I'm sorry to tell you that the train is halted due to a flock of Wooloo on the tracks. What? What's there to be sorry about? This is brilliant! Brilliant? The wild area is massive. There are loads of Pokemon to battle here. You get it, don't you, Jack? This is the best possible place to put together the greatest team. Okay, mate. Have it your way. Gotta chat to these guys. Hey, have you and Eevee had a... Nah, it's just my imagination. Sorry to bother you. Hey, have you and Pikachu had a... I knew it! You had a Let's Go experience with Pikachu, didn't you? I hope you have another Let's Go experience with this Pikachu too. Yeah, cool! So, because we've played Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, we just get a Pikachu. Alright. I can dig that. Sorry, but Yamper might have to go. Yamper might have to go. But I kind of want to keep Yamper. I think I'm just going to send Pikachu to the box. But I can't see what... Ah, I want to have a look at Pikachu's summary. What level are you, Pikachu? You're level 10. Pikachu's level 10. Naive by nature. We're gonna send to a box. Sorry about that, Pikachu. Seems like my children are giving something to people who've had a Let's Go experience. What in the world is a Let's Go experience? Do you have any idea? Welcome to the Pokemart. I'm hit by. Let's just top up our potions. Buy 10 more of those. And then let's go ahead and chat to this person. We run into stronger wild Pokemon the farther you go into the wild area. If you feel like you're in a pinch during a battle, just use a Pokédoll. Ah, thank you very much. Put the Pokédolls in your battle items pocket. Cool. Well, let's go out to the wild area and see what's going on out here. Oh, look at that. Glorious. Don't know what those red lights are, what those red lines are. I don't know what they are, but I'm sure we'll find out. Hi there, would you like to rest your Pokemon? Yeah, I would. Thank you very much. Ever so kind. Okay. Look at that. Yes, look at that. Oh, that's Motorstoke. Way off that way. And between there and here are countless new Pokemon waiting to be met. Oh, hello. And if it isn't Sonia. My gran gave me a proper earful, in her own way. Those two young trainers are setting out on a journey, but what are you doing with your life? Oh, that sounds rough. Ah, never you mind that. Nothing to worry yourselves over. Besides, I'd be quite curious about that Pokemon you two met in the forest. I'd been thinking I should look into it, so the timing works out fine. If I discover something really huge, then maybe Gran will admit I've got some talent. Yikes, being an adult has got its own challenges, eh? Said you needn't worry about that. I'm glad to be on the road, really. It's been ages. It'll be great to fish and camp and rough it outside again. Well, I must just stick my head in as many of those red glowing dens as I can find. I'm going to battle the snot out of a bunch of Dynamax Pokemon and fill in another page in the tale of my legend. Okay, mate, you do you. You do you. What cheek. Dynamax Pokemon are really on another level, you know. You'd better Dynamax your partner Pokemon too, if you want to take on opponents that strong. You'll find spots here and there in the wild area that emit a red beam of light. If you think you're up to it, check them out. There will be a Dynamax Pokemon lurking inside. So with that, how about I send you off with a little treat from me? Pokemon Box Link. What is that? A device that allows you to Pokemon Boxing. You can use Pokemon Boxing to access your Pokemon boxes whilst you're on the road. You'll be able to add Pokemon to your party or transfer Pokemon from your party to a box. Fair enough. Fair enough. With a Pokemon Boxing, you'll be able to put Pokemon from your team into your boxes, or take Pokemon from your boxes to add them to your team. Nice, right? Yeah, that's very nice. So go wild, catching as many Pokemon as you like, and fill in some more of your Pokedex. The wild area is waiting for you. This is the start of your real adventure. Oh, look at this. Look at that. That looks so cool. Oh yeah, here we go. Taking our first steps in the wild area. And of course, we're in the UK, or this game is based off of the UK, so of course it's going to be raining. There is just a, what is that called? Onyx? Found a note. Large Pokemon you see wandering around in the wild area are strong. Try battling one and it seems like you're in over your head. Try to run. Run like the wind. Find a Pokeball. Okay, so what is good against Onyx? Yampa's definitely not. Chewtle, however, would be good against an Onyx. So let's just creep up. Hello, Onyx. A very strong looking Onyx. What level are you, very strong looking Onyx? Oh my god, okay, level 26. Okay. He's the level 26 Onyx. Kinda wanna run away from that situation. I'm not filling up to that. Okay, interesting. Oh, is this a berry tree? Can we just pick berries off this tree? Found another note. Cooking at your camp can restore HP to your Pokemon, and even at the PP, they need to use their moves over and over. Pokemon that have fainted and can't battle any longer will perk right up, as well as with a piping of hot plate curry before them. Visit berry trees to collect plenty of berries so you can always make more curries. Okay? Yes, I do want to shake it. Shake it more. Shake it more. Give me more. Give me more berries. Give me more berries. Give me all of your berries. Whoa! There's a Pokemon in the tree. Oh, it's only a Squirvet. That's fine. It's only a little Squirvet. It is raining. Let's use Bite. Water gun. And another water gun. There we go. Squirvet is down. Alright. Now what do I do? Other Pokemon. What? They took all the cherry berries? That's not fair. I'm not sure where to go. I'm actually a bit confused as to where I'm meant to be going. So we're there. We need to get to Motostoke, but we can obviously explore all around here. Dappled Grove. I guess is this where all of these Dynamax Pokemon are? I would guess so, right? Well, I guess we can just explore. I guess we can just go around and collect Pokemon. It's a bit weird in the Pokemon game. What are we gonna get? What are we gonna encounter? What's this bunny Pokemon? Is that Baneri? That's not a Baneri, is it? What is that? Bunnelby. Oh. Alright, come on, Chewtle. Use Bite. Oh, Mud Slap? What? How dare you? We're using Mud Mud Slap. Does that mean it's a ground type? No, it's not. Using laser focus or bite. Please, please attack first. No. There's a Metapod here though. Let's go Metapod. How are you doing? Bite. Probably gonna have to send out a Rockety for this, or Rookety even. Just because I'll be here all day, because all it's going to do is harden. Come on, Rookety. There you go. Hit it a couple more times. Oh my god, this is going to take forever. There's always been this and like Kakuna are always the worst Pokemon to encounter early on. Come on, one more. One more and we'll be fine. There we go. Wild Metapod fainted. Pokemon gained XP. Yamper, Rookety, and Chootle all up a level. Rookety wants to learn Fury Attack. Power. Delete Leer. There we go. Don't know if Yamper's gonna know any other moves. Chootle, are you gonna learn anything? No. Cool. Okay, so there's Wingull's. Wingull is coming after me pretty hard. There we go. Come on, Wingull, coming in. Coming in. Let's use Nuzzle. There we go. Doubly super effective on a water flying type. Critical hit as well, so no doubt about that. There we go. Blipbug up to level 10. Grookey up to level 13 as well. Blipbug, please learn a new move. No. Doesn't learn a new move. Ah! Well, Blipbug is evolving on level 10. Okay. Here we go, our first evolution. I don't know what it's going to evolve into. What is that? Blipbug evolved into a Dottler. Okay. Still doesn't know any other moves. But we've got our first evolution. It barely moves, but it's still alive. Hiding in its shell without food or water seems to have awakened its psychic powers. So it's a bug psychic type. That seems like a cool combination. Okay. Learned Reflect, which makes sense. Light Screen. And Confusion all at once. Oh man. Okay. I can dig that. Let's move that Pokemon. Let's move Dottler to the front of our party for now. Let's see what's going on with you, Dottler. I mean, I won't go up against the Wingull because you're a bug type, but let's go explore over here. What is that thing? I wanna check out that. Is that a Tyro? Is there just a Tyro chilling out? Tyro! I want you, Tyro, please. Yes, look at that. It's just a Tyro hanging out. You're no match for my Dottler, though. Alright. Confusion straight off the bat. Dottler's defense seems like it's the best thing at the moment. And of course, confusion against the fighting type. Always good. Let's see if we can catch this Tyrogue actually. Come on. Ah, so close. Almost had it. Not sure. Reflect, maybe? Come on, we need to catch this Tyrogue. Come on. Ah! One more try. Right, one more try, and then if not, it's just gonna kill it. We've got one more. Okay, cool. Well, you just decided to kill yourself, Tyrogue, so that's fine by me. Doesn't bother me. That does not bother me at all. We're just gonna go ahead and kill you. You use focus energy into a helping hand, you're a hopeless piece of shit anyway, so, you know, die. Alright. I mean, it seems like a cool Pokemon, Dottler. Seems like a bit of an overpowered Pokemon if you ask me. Certainly when you learn Confusion and all of that good stuff straight off the bat. Whoa! Tyrogue. Calm down. Where are we going? We're just going to explore, I guess. Seems to be a ton of Wingull. Ah, Tyrogue! I was too busy looking at the Wingull. But you know what? Maybe we'll catch this one. We'll see. We'll have to see. Obviously we're going to use Confusion. Maybe we need to hit it with Struggle Bug a couple of times just to weaken it a bit more. Maybe one more time and maybe that's how we do it. Ah, we killed him. We killed him because it was a critical hit. Oh well. I guess the XP will do nicely. There we go. Yamper up to level 10. And it learned a new move as well. All of our Pokemon at level 10 now. Or higher. It's always good. I'm going to go back up here and just heal our Pokemon real quick. Whoop. Didn't mean to do that. I was trying to see if I could run, but I guess there is no run. It's just this speed. Ah, miraculously it stops raining as soon as we get here. Look, blue skies, guys, blue skies, blue skies. Not blue skies. What's going on? We wanna... Oh, Pokemon camp. We just set it up. I don't know what this does. Ah, in your Pokemon camp, you and your Pokemon can play together and even eat together. Growing closer through the experience, if your Pokemon grow very close to you, they may even try extra hard for you during battle. You can play using your Joy-Con too. If you slide your Joy-Con off your system, you can wave one about to throw a ball for your Pokemon to retrieve, or wave a Poketoy for their delight. If you waggle that Poketoy, you might even entice Pokemon hanging out further back in your camp to come play. When you set up camp in a wild area, you'll be able to play with up to 3 other trainers at a time. All kinds of people and Pokemon might stumble upon your camp, even those you've never met before, so you get to know them as you play together. Here we go. Here we go. I'm not using my Joy-Con for this, by the way. Fetch! Yeah! Fetch! Rookity! Go on, Grooks! Grooky! Oh, okay. Fetch! Go on! Rookity, you keep ruining it for everyone, Rookity! Right, that's it. Ball is going away. Woo! Woo! You want it? Look at this! Come on, look, play it, Yampa! Yampa! Here we go, Yampa! Ah! Ah! Wooloo! Wooloo! Do you want some of this? Okay, that's enough of that. Enough of that. Let's get back to some training. Oh, what? Ah, you can train them up. Okay. Okay, I see that. I see you. What is this? Ah. Pillars of red light is... There's a bit of energy coming out of the den. You gain 50 watts. Okay. So that was an empty den, I guess. Let's go and explore a tiny bit more. I don't know what Pokemon I want to train up. See, now I've got a couple of options at level 10. Don't really know what Pokemon to be working on at the moment. But we'll leave it as that. We'll keep Dottler in there. There we go. Wild Pokemon. It's one of these. What was it? Bunnelby. Bunnelby. That was his name. We got a Dottler. I really hope that Dottler evolves into something even better, to be fair. I hope that Dottler isn't just like quick evolution and then stop. I mean, evolving at level 10, pretty dope. Let's use Strugglebug. Trying to see if I can quickly find out Dottler evolves again. Let's use Confusion. Okay, Rookity up to level 13. That's always good. Up against another Bunnelby, why not? Strugglebug, just to start it off. There we go. Wooloo and Dottler both up to level 11. Go explore. There's another one of these Pokemon Den sort of things over here. Seems to be empty. $50 of energy gained from there. Use the right stick. Ah, look at that! Zoom out. What is that? It's a Tyrogue. Seems to be way too many bloody Wingull here. I want to actually find some like other Pokemon that aren't Wingull. I mean, I could just like train up Yamper, which is fine, but I kind of want to see more version exclusive or like region exclusive Pokemon. You know, Wingulls, they're great and everything, but it's not what I'm looking for. Definitely not what I'm looking for. To be honest, I don't know what I'm looking for. There we go, one hit KO. See, that's the thing, man. Yamper will just go around and kill all of these. I mean, it's great for getting experience, but... There we go, True Tool, level 11. Cool. Another Wingull. Oh, surprise, surprise. Maybe it's just because it's raining. I don't know if the Pokemon would change if it was like sunny or something. Maybe it would. Okay, let's go ahead and use Nuzzle. And let's use it again. Oh my gosh. Stop yawning. There we go, Yamper. Up to level 11. Making some good progress. Do we want to go and check out up here? There's one of these den things. Oh, there's a Roselia! Okay. Hello, Roselia. Let's go to Pokemon. It's level 15. Let's send out our Rookidee. See if we can peck it to death. Might be able to. I'm trying to use Leech Seed on it. Alright, let's use Peck. Magical Leaf won't do anything. Or it will. Come on. Oh! Stop it! Stop using your stupid Leech Seed. I suppose we have to heal you, but you're just going to get taken down anyway. Like your health is just going to go down anyway. Alright. See if we can finish it off with a peck. Worry Seed? What does that do? Insomnia? What? Come on. I mean, could catch a Roselia, right? Could catch a Roselia at level 15. Let's go ahead and see if we can try and catch a Roselia at level 15. And then if not, we'll just kill it. Come on. Come on. Come on. There we go. Level 15 Roselia. Don't mind if I do. Look at that, so much XP! Rookidee up to level 14, Yamper up to level 12, and Grookey up to level 14. It's all good, it's all good. Got a Roselia as well. No, I wouldn't. Where do I want to send Roselia to? We'll send Roselia to a box. Alright, let's check the status of our Pokemon. We probably need to... Do we have any Pecha Berries? Yeah, we do. Cool. Got Pecha Berry. Poison is gone. There's a potion. And Rookidee. Does anyone else need anything? Doppler probably can use an Oran Berry. And we'll leave Yamper there. I don't know what's going to happen when we do this. Let's actually go ahead and save. Save this progress before we actually see what's up with this den. Max Raid Battles. Defeat a Dynamax Pokemon and you'll get a chance of catching it. Additionally, there are some rare items that you can only obtain by battling a Dynamax. When wild Dynamax Pokemon... When wild Pokemon Dynamax, they become incredibly powerful. They may unleash multiple moves in a row and take other actions you won't see in a regular battle. Working together with trainers will be key to take on these Dynamax. The battle ends when your Pokemon faint 4 times or the battle lasts for 10 turns. The ground type looks like a Trapinch from the silhouette. I obviously don't have the online service for the Nintendo Switch at the moment. But we find a TM Tail Slap. We will take that. I mean, maybe I just go for it anyway. I've got a Chewtle. Probably not enough to do anything to it, right? It's only a level 11. I feel like these Dynamax Pokemon are going to be like sort of a late game. I don't know how it scales. Like I don't know anything really about what happens to the Dynamax Pokemon and whether or not we can just take them on straight away. I think for now we're just gonna do a bit more exploring. There is a Pokemon there that I don't know. It's a Pangoro or whatever it's called. Pan something. Pancham. There we go. I knew it was Pan something. Hello, Crazy Pickles Gaming. How's it going? Nice of you to join. Let's use Nuzzle. How is your day going? You having fun? Have you got Pokemon, or are you looking forward to getting it? Yeah, my day's going good. My day is can't really complain. Had a day off work, so just been chilling out. Had a bit of trouble getting this stream up and running. What was going on? I had it all set up last night, and then it really annoyed me. But yeah, now it's up and running. I was actually probably looking to take a break in a bit because I've been playing it for up to 2.5 hours now, and definitely need to have some food. There we go, we got Yamper up to level 13, Dottler up to level 12, and Wooloo up to level 12 as well. Wooloo wants to learn Guard Split. I don't know what Guard Split does. The user employs its psychic power to average its defense and special defense stats with those of the target. Doesn't. I mean, maybe Growl. Maybe Growl, we can get rid of Growl, why not? You're just getting ready for work. Ah! Well, sorry to hear that. Well, I'm sure you'll have a great day at work. I'll probably be streaming this for the majority of the day anyway. There. Oh, there's a Pangoro. I don't really want to get involved in that because, as we've learned from the last encounter with an Onyx, the Pokemon that are actually walking around are a lot more stronger than the Pokemon in the tall grass. 5 AM. Where are you in America? Man, that's cool. Well, I mean, I hope you have a good day at work. Like I say, I've taken the day off work. We've got just a bunch of these panchams running after us. Oh my god. Yeah, let's whistle. Come on in. Yeah, you want some? You want some? Nah, I'm just kidding. What I do actually want to do is I want to experiment around with going fishing. How do we go fishing? We need to get to a point where we can... Maybe it's a bit lower down where we can go fishing. There's one of these. One of these dens. Got another 50 watts. I'm not sure what's going on with the watts. I guess we need power to Dynamax, but I'm not quite sure how it works. What is that? Oh, it's a what is it? I've forgotten the name of it. What? Wagon roller, that's the one. So it's a bit bad that I've got a Yamper out. Let's put Chutal into battle. 5 AM, gosh. So you guys are, what, 7 hours behind us? Man. Thank you for waking up and hopping on here and saying hello. It's always appreciated. Even if you do have to shoot off in a minute. There we go, Wagon Roller. Absolute no contest. Chutal up to level 12. We've got a pretty all-round team going here at the moment. Normally, when I play Pokemon, I'm normally focusing on just one of them. Ah, the Diglett went away. No. Ah, Diglett. Found you. There we go. OG Diglett. Let's go ahead. Oh, we don't want to fight, do we? We want to go to Pokemon. We want to send in Chutal again. Why can't Chutal be switched out? Oh, is it because of Diglett's special ability? Doesn't have a special ability. What? Fair enough. We'll just use Bite anyway. It's trying to make us flinch. Bite is an easy move. Sand attack, come on, man. There we go, easy money. Easy money. Alright. Don't know what that is over there. That's where we're supposed to be going. Do we want to go up against the, what is it called? Not the Wingull, it's the evolution of Wingull. I forget what its name is. Pelipper. Very strong looking Pelipper. See, this is what I mean. Run into these Pokemon in the wild, and they're all level 26. I'm not gonna deal with that. Why can't I get away? Please, Pelipper, leave me alone. Pelipper, be nice. Let me run away. It's crazy. Crazy. Well, it's a decision you got to make. Do you want to go into the tall grass, or do you want to stay away from the tall grass? So I want to use a potion on Yamper. 31 health. I want to go fishing. I was told that I can go fishing. Let's go over here and see if we can go fishing. Oh, what? It's snowing. Ah, it's snowing over here. What the hell? Is that a Timpole? That's a Timpole, right? Is that what they're called? Timpole, yeah, that's what they're called. It's hailing. Let's use Nuzzle. Let's get right in close to that Timpole. Ah, it's trying to confuse me. Ah, why? Briefly paralysed. There we go, there we go. I am buffeted by the hail. What about the Timpole? There we go. Nuzzle it and hope that we can hit in the confusion. Nope, of course not. We just hit ourselves. Tim Pole is paralysed, so we can't move, and we both will get hit by the hail. So a very progressive turn there from both of us. Please. There we go. Alright, one more hit should be enough. There we go, snap out of the confusion right on time. There we go, Timpo is down. I don't know what I'm aiming for right now. I guess maybe get all of the Pokemon up to like level 15 or something, and then maybe we'll start to feel a bit more confident. That Snowvine. Oh, what that is that what they are? Fairly certain that's what they're called, right? Snorunt. Maybe it's an Ice-type Pokemon. But I think that we'll run away from it. Why can't we get away? I think that Snorunt won't get affected by the hail. It's an Ice-type, yeah. Can't get away. Sorry, Yampa, you're gonna probably die. Sorry about that, Yampa. Yeah. Let's use Goofy and try to get out of here. There we go. Right, we need to revive Yampa. Can't be having that. Cannot be having that. Alright, I want to go down here and I want to fish. How do I fish? Let me go to my bag. Do we have... Where's the fishing rod? Fishing rod is there. Why not? Why can't... I'm right by the ocean. I want to... Ooh. Purloin? Is that what they're called? Purloin? Purloin, yep. My memory of these Pokemon is really surprising. Just a bite. Ah! Come on! Of course it's not very effective. That's gonna try and make me flinch, thank you. Oh man. Right, I think I'm gonna... Yeah. Cool, like... I'm gonna pause the stream, maybe after this battle, and come back to it at a later stage. Definitely today though. I'm really enjoying this game. It's fun and think, you know, I wanna have some food and I wanna freshen up a little bit. I've been sat in the same place for a couple of hours and I wanna get up and move around a bit and not get cramps or whatever that will inevitably happen. Let's put Dottler in. Why not? Dottler, a very interesting Pokemon. Level 10 evolution from Blipbug. And I wasn't really too sure what it was going to evolve into, and then it evolved into this, and it suddenly learns a bunch of psychic type moves. So, you know, not going to complain about that. Hopefully we can beat this Purloin. Really proving to be a bit difficult. Let's use Confusion on it. Let's use Fury Swipes again. Go away with your Fury Swipes. Come on. Oh, it doesn't... It's a Dark type. That's how I feel right now. You know, my knowledge of Pokemon type matching is okay, but I just have to get what type of Pokemon there are. But I know Bug is good against Dark, so it's all good. It's all good. There we go. Yamper and Rookidee both level up. Rookidee now our highest Pokemon, level 15. We haven't really been using Grookey a lot, but then again, we haven't really had to use Grookey. Oh, what is that thing? That's the other thing that evolves from a Timpole, right? Maybe we need to use Grookey now. Actually, maybe this is where we use Grookey to go up against this thing. Palpitoad. Maybe it's a bit too strong for us. Maybe it's a bit too strong for us. Let's run away from it. Oh gosh, damn it. I really hope that sometimes they're an okay level for us to deal with. What is that thing? Is that a Vanillite? Yes! And it falls into a Vanillux, right? Razor Leaf. Let's have a look at the animation for Razor Leaf. Come on, Vanillite, what are you doing? There we go, Grookey up to level 15. Don't mind if I do. Not sure what level Grookey evolves on, to be fair. I'm not sure what level any Pokemon evolves on at this moment in time. So we're meant to be going that way. We can cross this bridge, can we? Oh my god, there's a Gyarados! I just saw a Gyarados! Look, 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 please! How do I, please game, how do I fish? Use it by the water to fish up. I want to catch that Gyarados, look at it, I can see it. Gyarados, come to me. It doesn't let me, you can't fish from your bag. Do I have to like be in a camp or something? I don't know how to use the fishing rod. I don't know how to use the fishing rod. It's not letting me use the fishing rod. There are some things over here. Pungent roots. Timpole, go away. I don't care for you. I'm trying to find like some actual cool Pokemon. All of these are Pokemon that I've seen before. That's some growl I haven't heard. Or was it just Snorunt's ground? I don't know. Oh, Delibird! A very strong looking Delibird. Okay. She's going to be immediate run away then, isn't it? What's the point? Oh, what is the point? I'm going to die. What is the point? There's Driftblims and Dust Skulls here. That Dust Skull is coming right for me. Let's put Tutor in there, and just in case, let's heal Doppler in case we need to wipe out the Psychic type. Come on in, Dust Skull. A very strong looking Dust Skull, so what's the point? Why is it spawning in the grass? This game, oh my gosh. What's the point? Let me run away from battle. Why can I not get away? Oh, no, it's me looking so that I can't actually escape. So bullshit. That's complete and utter dog shit. Like, why? Why does that happen? Go away! I'm not coming for you. Even though, as much as I would love to catch that Glalie, I think that's what it's called, right? It's called a Glalie, right? As much as I would love to catch a Glalie right now, I don't think you'll let me. Yes, let's shake it some more. Yes, shake it some more. Yes, shake it some more. Ah. Okay, whatever. Here comes the Scrover. We'll fight it. I forgot that my tutor was down to such low health. Whatever. Alright, well, let's still fight and let's send out Doppler. I think after this, I'm probably gonna head back to the guy at the start and get a heal and then pause the stream, maybe for like a half an hour or an hour or so. I'll definitely come back to it. I say I'm enjoying this game, apart from being frustrated by running into, you know, Pokemon that I think I can battle and then not being able to battle them because they're just too high a level for me. I feel like hanging around in this area right now, maybe we're getting our Pokemon a bit of a, you know, a bit ahead of the curve, so to speak, in terms of what level we should be at the first gym. So maybe I might just head to Moto Stoke, see what's happening there. Doppler up to level 13, proving to be a very useful addition to the team. One Cherry Berry, one Orange Berry. Something, there's nothing inside here, is there? Maybe there's something in here. There's a bunch of these things just lying on the ground. Don't mind if I do. Delibird is there. Can't get in there. Maybe we can get in there, but just not now. Glalie, please go away. I mean, I want you. I'd love to catch you. But you're going to be as strong as fuck Glalie. There's nothing I can do. Stop. That is the bunny guy. The evolution of the bunny guy. Like I say, I'm going to head back this way. The Gyarados is there. Why can't I catch the Gyarados? That's annoying me. I'm going to head back this way. We're going to get a heal and then we're going to stop the stream for a bit. just so that I can, you know, go and freshen up a little bit and get some food, I guess. Is that a ninjask? That is definitely a ninjask, isn't it? Ah, it's one of those fucking pigeon Pokemon, whatever they're called. P-Dove. Is that what it's called, a P-Dove? I think it's called a P-Dove. Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, well, I should know. But maybe I'm just getting a bit confused. Right, let's go up here. Let's drop a quick hill. On here, yes, let's drop a quick hill. I feel like this sort of open area that we're in at the moment is like a place where you can hang out with friends and play the game. We're gonna go ahead and save it for now. And then yeah, thank you guys for coming and hanging out for this first part of the stream. Like I say, I will hopefully be back on in about an hour or so, just so that I can have some food and you know, freshen up a little bit and walk around and yeah, not be stuck in the same place all day. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in a bit later on. Bye.